Today's going pretty good. Nothing could possibly happen to make this day. God damn it. It seems that the Burger King has busted through my roof. Why are you here? God damn it, he loves doing this. Well, what did he throw at me anyways? Oh no. Burger King, also known as Discount McDonald's, which already sucks fuck, making Burger King the double suck fuck, is a fast food industry, which if you're American, you've probably eaten at once. Do I have to explain Burger King? They make fucking burgers. They got the Whopper, and if I ever see the Burger King again, I'm gonna give one a little Whopper. Well, little known, or probably very well known if you're on YouTube in the 2010s, to you, they actually made video games as far back as the Atari, where you play as a Burger King, avoiding ingredients. Riveting and destroys my eardrums. But that's not what we're talking about today, no. Today we'll be talking about the infamous Burger King 360 games. As I said before, if you were on YouTube in the 2010s, you've probably heard of one of these called Sneak King. But there was actually 3 of these in this deal. Basically, you would buy one of these inedible meals for $4 and you get a whole ass video game with it. Which, I mean, they could have put fucking, I don't know, just advertisements on the disc and it would have been a good deal. So today, I figured we'd take a trip down memory lane and see if these Burger King games were actually good or just bad. Now all of these games were made by Blitz Games, which I have issues with, which makes it even more surprising when the Burger King game is the best game I've played from them. Big Bumpin is a game where you play in bumper cars throughout a variety of sports. 5. It's 5 sport. 6 characters. 5 arenas. 1 goal to smash you to smithereens. But I'm a minor. Forget about skill. This game requires just one thing. The desire to beat opponents in any matter available to you. Any? The back of this box is trying to act cool and edgy, but it just sounds like the Burger King is gonna come to my house and electrocute me if I don't like his game. It doesn't even tell you what most of the games are, they just use vague descriptions of cool things. Well, maybe the manual will help. Oh, look, my box came with a Burger King credit card flyer. Now I can get free Burger King. Wait, So you load up Big Bumpin and see this king operating a carnival stand in a weird live-action menu thing that just reminds me of those DVD minutes. Whoa, wait. There's a character creator? Am I about to create the world's biggest abomination and drive him around a tiny bumper car? Well, it turns out I'm not, because all you get is like 5 preset characters which you can change the color to. But honestly, why would I want to create a character when you get to play as the king murdering people by pushing them into saw blades? Family-friendly fun. Burger King. Murder your friends. Besides, the character creator restarts the game upon exiting. What? So in this game, you choose from 5 maps, all of which having 2 modes each, some of which being a standard fare, you know, deathmatch, hot potato, some being bumper hockey, using your bumper car to do it all. Now I can actually see why they would go with the party game approach for these games. Most of them. You and your kid are probably going out to eat Burger King, and you get a game with your meal. You can all play together. Plus, with this game having a separate original Xbox version on the disc, it makes a ton of sense. All that matters now is if they pull it off. First off is that the graphics are definitely OG Xbox quality. King, no! You weren't supposed to put the game in the deep file! The graphics in this game, besides the stages, are absolutely terrible, but I think I love them more because of that. There's just a kind of charm to it, you know? Now, how are the game modes? Let's go through them one by one and see if they're good. So last man standing is your standard deathmatch. Try to knock everyone off and try to be the only woman sitting. The bumper car controls may come off as unresponsive, but I think this is actually a good thing. It works perfectly with this kind of crazy party game and adds some chaos to the matches. The only problem I have is that the broiler deathmatch sucks balls because everyone dies in the first 5 seconds, which means that the only actual deathmatch level is the ice box, which is admittedly more fun. Second is Shockball, which is a spin on hot potato. It's fun too, not much to say except that it's tagged with bumper cars. Third is Power Surge, and it sucks ass. You have to drive to a pole with 4 surges, wait for one to light up, and then ride it to your drop-off zone. The thing is that the other people can bump into you to remove the surge, and what this causes is 4 people sitting there at the spot waiting for the surge to light up, someone gets it, and everyone beating the shit out of that person until all the electricity is gone. Rinse and repeat forever. Not very fun. Next is Own the Puck, and it's alright. All you gotta do is hit the puck to own it. And all you wanna do is own it until you hit 300 points. Nothing special, but not bad. It's decent. Finally is Bumper Hockey, and this is what we live for. Rocket League obviously stole from Big Bumpin, so I will be suing Rocket League. It's hockey with bumper calls. It's the most fleshed out one in the game and the most fun. It's honestly pretty cool. It's just hockey with bumper calls. Now, besides the minigames, there's a tournament mode, which is just the same minigames, but played in a random order, and not much else. The achievements, however, make no sense, because half of them are Xbox Live only, and yeah, I'm sure a bunch of people were playing Big Bumpin' when it came out, and the other half are insanely ridiculous, like be the winning team of bumper hockey, where the only goals are scored from the opposing team's own goals, which is insane, and then last 30 seconds without getting hit in last man standing, when the whole game barely lasts 30 seconds. So overall, Big Bumpin' is good, with a couple duds and a couple. Pocket Bike Racers is a game where you play as a T-posing man in a bogle, blowing up other people on bikes smaller than them. It's just like real life. The excitement of pocket bike racing without the lower back pain. Are you trying to sell this to kids or grandpa? So Pocket Bike Racing is a kart racer, and not only is it a kart racer, it's a bad one. Alright, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. In Pocket Bike Racing, you have 5 bikes, 5 game modes, and 5 tracks. And while it is much better that all game modes work at every track, there's only so many times you can change up the gameplay until I get sick of riding around in a circle of a Burger King. The amount of content here is just so small. I get that it was only $4 for this game at launch, but even then, why even make a kart racer? There's a million arcade-type games you could have chosen, and you chose the one that relies on how much content it has. Big Bumpin' worked because you didn't need 16 tracks to make it enjoyable to replay, since every map was just a rectangle anyways. But regardless of the tracks, it doesn't matter, as long as the core gameplay is good, right? So let's jump into a race and see. The controls for this game are a mixed bag. On one hand, it feels pretty responsive for a throwaway kart racer, at least compared to a lot of cheaper Mario Kart clones. But on the other hand, almost every turn I take rams me into something half the time, and what doesn't help is that when I do ram into something, there's a good chance I'll get stuck on that object, forcing me to slowly reverse and then continue, which at that point might make it quicker to just restart the race. Now besides that, we have a parking lot suburbia, which we will see again very soon, construction site, King's Garden because he's so rich that he wants to brag to employees by having them race through it, oh look at me, I have all these fucking statues of me, and Fantasy Garden. For the levels, the parking lot is your basic circuit level, and the rest are all completely okay besides Suburbia, which every corner sucks, but besides that, they are all fine, and the same goes with the game modes. They're not really that special. They're standard races, no item races, deathmatch, you know. There's also ski slalom, which is so boring that I almost forgot that mode existed until looking at the back of the box. Honestly, I'm more disappointed that I don't have anything funny to say. It's just a boring Mario Kart clone that borrows most of its elements from Big Bumpin'. It gets a 4 out of 10 from me. Fun for 30 minutes, but after that you've seen everything this game has to offer. Well, at least we're ending with an interesting game. Sneaking is a game still infamous for being just so stupid. Some wrestler owns over 3,000 copies. With that much money, he could have bought a good game, and at least 2 copies of the Deluxe Edition pre-order for Avatar 2. Sneak King, just on paper, is a brilliant marketing strategy, just because of how absolutely batshit crazy it is. You play as the king stalking random people, sneaking up on them, and then giving them very high quality models of Burger King food. Guys, I found where the budget went! There's nothing really that funny on the box, and my copy is missing the manual, so let's just get into this. Picture this, you're in a board meeting with the Burger King execs. You've been making your way up the corporate ladder for years. They're talking about what the third game is gonna be. Suddenly, you raise your hand and say, what if you play as the king, but like a creepy uncle, and you sneak up on the chicken fries? John, you're a genius! After a masterpiece of a full motion video menu, you're thrust into the construction site and the game. So the controls are simple. You walk around, press Y to enter places to hide, and then press A behind people without them seeing to give them food. And then you press A again, QTE-ish, to get the nicest flourish. But you don't just deliver the food, no. See, this game is mission-based with different objectives. Sometimes you'll have to deliver 3 items in the allotted time. Sometimes you have to do it with the highest flourish. Because of this, an open-ended level format mixed with the atmospheric levels, Snake King is actually the Dark Souls of... You have access to the construction site, and once you beat a few missions, you get into the suburbia from Pocket Bike. I think there's another level, but to be honest, I didn't play much past it because this game is painfully repetitive. You are doing the same thing with little to no change for 30 missions per world. Plus, this game is extremely slow. You walk like you didn't make it to the bathroom. I mean, the king looks happy about it. Something I will say is that the challenge is there. It's decently hard to get the highest rank on each mission in each world, and if you like the gameplay loop, there's definitely enough content here. Maybe that's why that wrestler bought 3,000 copies, which might be enough money to buy one Raid Shadow Legends character. But it is so worth playing this game for the humor of it. In what other game will you see the Sneak King jump out of a dumpster to feed a random construction worker a high-res chicken sandwich, where if you don't, they fall on the ground and die? All in all, I have to give this game a 5 out of 10. It's terrible, but the good kind of terrible. One that is enjoyable to experience. All in all, the Burger King games, while bad, aren't the worst. And Big Bumpin is actually pretty decent, especially for the $12 in total you pay for these. And to be honest, all of these at least gave me some enjoyment. I mean, you could play as a chicken on a bike called a Little Dipple. What's not to love? And that's kind of the magic of the OG Xbox and 360, the PS2 and the PS3, and especially the Wii and the DS. For as easy as it is to write these weird experiences off as shovelware, I like to look at it through a more casual mindset. Of course, Rabbids Alive and kicking isn't good, but you can punch the shit out of a rabbit, then kick it into space. On the new consoles, it's so much more expensive to produce a game than it used to be, so you don't see weird games like this from companies anymore. It's why data design couldn't make it past the Wii, it's just the landscape changed. And honestly, while we probably won't get another Sneak King, I think it's important to look at the ones we have. So if you own a game like this, some stupid shovelware game that's just funny, you should play it. And if you don't, these games are like $6 in total, so I would recommend picking at least one up. Yeah. Oh god, I sound like a marketer for Burger King. I make Burger King bad. Hey, thanks for watching. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm recording this after part on a different recording software, but I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe or whatever, like the video, ring that bell, all this mumbo jumbo YouTubers say. For this video, I tried out a bit of a different style. I'm trying to still work that out, and while this video is definitely not perfect, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I don't have any ideas for an after card though, so this is my placeholder after card. So thanks for watching. My next video will probably be a lot better, but thank you, and I'll see you then. Bye!